So what do we know about prisons? We know there are a disproportionate number of incarcerated individuals, including juveniles, who are illiterate. Whether they're illiterate because they have dyslexia or some type of learning difference or reading disability, or whether they just were never taught to read. And so we know that there are a high incidence of individuals in prison with some type of illiteracy. And yet, what's the objective of prison? They're correctional institutes, right? What's the objective? You take somebody, you put them in prison. On a societal level, the objective should be, how do we help educate this person, nurture this person so that they can go back into society and be, a successful contributor to society? That's not how we view it. That's not what we do with the time that people are in prison. And I was giving a talk about, this issue of literacy in prisons, and these two gentlemen came over to me after the talk. And it was basically a talk about dyslexia. I mentioned the literacy rates, the huge number of people illiterate in prisons, the number of people with dyslexia in prisons. And they came up to me and they said, we provide programming for people who have recently been released from prison, so that, for job training, to get back into the workforce. And they said, are you telling us that a lot of those people can't read? And I said, you know what? Chances are that probably 40% of the people you work with cannot access text. So you can have the best program, you can have the best resources, but if they can't read them, if they can't access them, if they don't have the self-confidence and self-esteem to feel good about being in that position, you're never going to be successful with them. And so, we have a huge opportunity while people are in prison. Let's educate them. Let's teach them to read. Let's teach them to do math. Unfortunately, a lot of people coming out of prison are limited in their career choices because many people won't give them opportunities. So how can we teach them to be entrepreneurs? How can we teach them to have some level of, their own control of their own destiny when they get out? And no matter what that looks like for them, whether it's they run their own business, whether they can work for somebody else, whether they can get into the mainstream workforce, it's all about providing them with the tools, not just to be successful, but to feel confident, to feel like they have some kind of control, to feel like they can access information so that they can be the captains of their own ship in a way.